Hello, everybody. I am trying to figure out how to see the comments. This is not, yeah, there's nothing here to show me the comments. What the heck? Cancel. Hi, so there's 9 of you watching. I can't see any comments on this. So please leave a comment if you haven't already. Oh, this is very frustrating. Let me see here. Nope, I don't want that button. Okay, hold on. I probably can't watch and... Hey, look, I can see your stuff. Okay. I've got a little bit of a delay. Let's see what we've got. Crafty Dana says hi. Pat says hi. Diane says hi. Linda Cooper, hi. Carnia? Deborah, look at you, mobile. Yeah, kind of. Hi, Ricky. How are you? All right, let's see. Oh, my goodness. Oh, this is crazy. Okay, Brenda says hello. Ricky says hi. All right. It looks like I will have to kind of... Let me see if I can do this. You can see the rest of my walls this way. But that way... I can see Linda. Happy August. Yes, we have some incredible stuff happening in August. Looking forward to that. Everybody let me know, how is the picture and how is the vocals? Can everybody hear me okay? Hi, Kat. Kathy Cat. Hi, Bryce. How are you? Let's see. Just having a little afternoon coffee. Definitely let me know, heads up, how is the pictures good, sounds good. Yay, yay, yay. So YouTube does have an option where we can go with a lower resolution. So that might be why it's working this time. Yay. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, how is everybody doing? How's your weather? Good. The picture is much clearer and the sound is good. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, we've got a lot of things to chat about. Yeah, we'll probably have to be doing this on YouTube here just for the clarity. I think it works much, much better. Let's see, how bad is all of my table back there? It's a little messy. Not unusual. It's been a busy, busy week for crafting, for arting, I should say. Have been doing a ton of work and getting you all ready for your August challenge, which I am super excited about. So let's kind of start out with just saying congratulations to Susan and to Debbie. They were our winners of our prizes. Thank you so much, everybody, for liking, commenting, adding to playlists. It does make a difference. It does help with YouTube. We need to have as many people find me as possible. And that is a great way to do it. And if we could continue to do that, it would be very, very helpful to the channel. And it's a great way for you to show your support for me. And I appreciate it 100%. Yes, congratulations very much so to the winners. Ricky says congratulations. Ricky, how are you feeling? How are you doing after your hip replacement there? Thinking about you and hoping you're doing well. Also, Pat had eye surgery, and so hopefully she's doing well. Oh yes, Pat S says, "Congrats, ladies! Great contest." Oh yay! Kat Austin made it here with us. Cat's meow. Ricky says she's doing pretty good. Sue says, "Good morning from New Zealand." Well, you can't do a live from YouTube now if you have under 1,000 subscribers. They changed their rules. Walking with a cane, Ricky says. I'm glad you're feeling better and that you're mobile. Makes all the difference. Hopefully you'll heal up 100%. Yay. Today marked the 2-year anniversary of my shoulder surgery. I don't know if you guys have really ever noticed this beautiful scar here. I have a huge plate holding my collarbone together. It's fused now, but they don't go back in to take out the plate. When I had my motorcycle wreck, I broke 12 bones, and my shoulder was basically kind of just dangling. They call it a dangling arm, and had broken 8 ribs. So that happened 2 years ago on the 28th, 29th of July. Crazy. It's crazy how life changes. Gosh, was that 2 years ago? Yeah, it was a horrible accident. But it got me back into art. So there's a silver lining. Okay, so congrats to Susan and Debbie. We said that already. Also want to do a quick shout out to Barb. Thank you so much. Your piece of artwork went out in the mail today, so thank you. She jumped over to Etsy and purchased one of my canvases, and I haven't taken my things off of Etsy at this point. Basically, Etsy has never helped me with my search whatsoever. In fact, if you type in my name, you don't find me on Etsy unless you can hit the tags. So it's not like that's a huge change for me. I don't really like what Etsy's doing, but until I can find a different platform that's the same cost, I really can't afford to change it at this point in time, nor do I have the funds to change it. So let's see. Looking back at comments, Bryce says, "Yikes, ouch." Yeah, it was really, really painful. Brenda, so glad you've recovered from that experience. Glad you survived and found your artistic self again. Absolutely. It was extremely scary. Sue said she read my blog over on my website, and I do need to update my website, guys. Luckily, I did get some new images up there, finally. But doing art and editing videos has just been a daily process, so it's been crazy. I would like to update my web page more, but yes, it is on my blog. It was terrifying, actually. Diane says hello to Sue. Sue says good evening from England. Hey Sue, nice to see you. And Kathy's just saying hello to everybody. Okay, cool. I love my ambassadors. My YouTube, my Messy Hands artists, you guys are just fabulous. Thank you so much for being ambassadors to all the newcomers and for sending well wishes off and being so welcoming. You guys are awesome, and please continue to keep that up. Love you guys. Yeah, Ricky says she can't imagine what I went through, and thank goodness I'm back together. Yeah. Basically, I had a little bucket helmet on, and it was skidded all the way around. It was maybe that far from my head. It was still DOT, but it was very. I don't know how I kept my face. I'll put it that way. My motorcycle boots have a crack all the way through them. I haven't been able to get them. I wore through the soles of my motorcycle boots. I put a hole in my heavy leather gloves. I got so lucky that I was wearing a jacket that day. It was a lightweight jacket, but if I would have lost that much skin, it would have been deadly. I got very lucky. For such a horrible accident, I got very lucky. Yes, Cat Austin says we are all ambassadors, and geez, what a great group. Oh gosh, no doubt. Okay. Brenda says, how exciting to know that people from so many places around the world are here and visiting with each other. I love that. That is one of the most amazing things about this platform and about doing this. I would have never met any of you. And to be such a global community, I think is really fabulous. I love that. Very exciting for me. Okay. So just making a little note here. All right. Let's talk about the 30 times 3 wrap up. I really, truly did love doing that project. And I loved hearing your feedback on it and that you guys really enjoyed it also. I think it was Susan, who was a high school teacher, and I think she had said that it would have been a great project to do with her classes. If I had ever been a university teacher like I wanted to, and the reason why I didn't, honestly, was that University of Wyoming took out their art program, their Masters of Art program. And then I was going to have to get out of state tuition, and then life just took over, unfortunately. If I would have had, like a color theory class, I would have loved to have done something like this. I mean, what a way to learn, I think was amazing. And I love that you guys did so excellent and that you're still doing them. And even those of you that didn't do the project, but you watch the videos every day, congratulations, good job, because I know that you still learned a lot from watching it. I mean, how cool is that you get to watch art being created, but you're learning things that you don't even realize. And that's what I loved about doing the day 31 recap. I could just say those words off the top of my tongue, and you guys knew what they were. You guys have taught yourself the elements of art and the principles of design. How cool. Okay, I'm going to go back over this chat here. No, I was not an actual, I've never been a teacher. And here's the reason. Oh, no worries about your English. I can understand your spelling perfectly. That's a little dyslexia, picks up the first letter, the last letter. It's like, boop, I can read it. I was not a school teacher. I had gotten my degree from Columbus College of Art and Design, and then I came back to Casper, Wyoming. And when that happened, I wanted to go into teaching, so I started doing a lot of substitute teaching in grade school and high school. And I found it to be an extremely difficult job. And then I went in and started to look at the requirements to become a teacher, and they were at least another 2 years of school to get an education degree, a 4-year degree. So they didn't just say, oh, well, you have your art degree, now you can just add on to it, which, well, they kind of did, but it was another 2 years of school. So that would have been similar to the master's. And then there was a teacher that came in, and they were showing the pay scale. It was about $20,000 a year for first year pay for a teacher. And that's poverty, even back in 90, 98, 99, when I was looking at doing this. So I just didn't end up going into teaching. And then I wanted to go get my master's. If I got my master's, I could have taught at the college level without having the teaching degree. But then the master's program was gone, and then it would have been out of state tuition. And then, life just took over. So, okay. Oh, Brenda says she mixed her own black today. I was going to tell you guys, but I forgot to. Ultramarine and burnt umber are kind of the standard black mixing colors. I think it's burnt umber. Is it burnt umber, Kat Austin? I think it is. Ultramarine blue and burnt umber make kind of your darkest black. So, let's see. We're gonna just delete that person. Okay. Let's see. Brenda says she had so much fun with the project. I can hear you. I can hear you in voice. Huh. Okay. Kat Austin says that's what happened to me with her art history degree. Exactly. Yes, that was right for dark black. Okay. So yeah, what people don't realize about art college or art school or getting an art degree is that you actually sit in classes about 3 times longer than any other degree out there. Now, we have to still take the math classes with the extra labs. We still have to take the science classes with the extra labs, but every single art class that you have to take that's a practical class, such as drawing 101, painting 101, all of those things that are required for your degree are 3 hours twice a week. So instead of having a 1 hour class, it's a 3 hour class. So we are actually putting in 6 hours compared to most people's 2 hours worth of work. Art degrees are not easy to get, and they're brutal. Some of them are very brutal. I had some extremely hard teachers. So I like the fact that my mission has kind of become to impart to you the knowledge that you would receive, by going to art classes, but also focusing it more on our favorite mediums, altered books and mixed media, because there's no classes out there, of course, for altered books, or very few for mixed media. I mean, you can get sculpture and pottery and the standards, but I really like the direction that my path is taking at this point. Anyways, blah, blah, blah. Brenda says one of the first classes that she took in college was an art class. She enjoyed it, but she's learned more from you. Thank you so much, Brenda. I'm trying to figure out ways to make it fun and to make it easy and not intimidating. It's intimidating to pick up, the homework. Oh my God, the homework. Oh, let me just tell you guys, art school homework. And especially when you're doing something like Columbus College of Art and Design, the homework was brutal. So you would have your mid-semester project and then your semester project, and they expected you to put hours and hours and hours of work into them. Plus, on top of it, you would get your homework every night. And then, anyways, it's hard. It's not an easy, people are like, oh, just get an art degree. No, it's not quite that simple. It would have been much better off. I think it would have been easier to get a business degree, except there was way too much math and it would have been so incredibly boring. My soul would have died a little bit to do that. I thought about it. Would have been better financially, probably. But that's life. Interesting path the way life goes, isn't it? Hours and hours and hours. Yeah. Not slap and dash and smudge. Yeah, you didn't get away with any shortcuts. I can tell you, they were brutal. All right, let's talk about ATCs. Hopefully, everybody has their ATCs in the mail. I have a huge pile of them. Where are they at? They're right in that little container right there. I can't wait to open them. So, hopefully, we'll be doing that soon. I will open them online here on YouTube, and hopefully, yay! Hopefully, everybody's is here. I got another one in today. So, excited. And great job to everybody who's posting and thanking and being polite. And what artwork! You guys are doing wonderful with this project. So I completely am enjoying that 100%. Let's see. Sue Cottle says money versus boredom, soulless but rich. Nope. Well, the hard thing is, Sue, I've kind of taken this time here to do this, and I had a fairly good income before I started to do this. So um, it I don't want to go into the money aspect of it too much, but yeah, it's not easy. There's nothing easy about being an artist, and it's concerning for me at this point. It stresses me out. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit stressed right now. And I'm not going to go into any more details about that. But anyway, for those of you that are giving me your support, thank you so very, very much. You guys are awesome. And I really, truly do appreciate it. All right. Let's. Okay. What do we got here? Let's see. Should we? Let's talk about Build a Doodle. Build a Doodle. Looks like we've had a lot of interest in that. Super excited about that. Let me look real quick at the comments, make sure. This is the best ATC group ever. Yes. Linda says, I found you in July, so I'm learning. Just figured out what ATCs are. Looking forward to the August challenge. Linda, I hope you do join along with us. It's going to be cool. Deborah says, hope learning will. And in fact, hi, Pat Nolan. How are you, darling? Sue sends a heart. Thank you, dear. Deborah, I have every confidence that you could join in on the ATC exchanges right now, but within the next month, you will feel confident enough to do it. Okay, just stick with me, babe. We got this. We're going to do it. And I am your greatest cheerleader. And there is not one person in this group that would criticize your work whatsoever. So that is off of the table. We are not here to critique each other. We are here to give advice if asked, but we are also here to support and encourage. So there should be no fear with joining in with any of our projects, with showing your artwork, or with doing any of that. Any nastiness is not allowed, period. Biker stuff doesn't like nasty people. Just saying. She gets a little pissed. Deborah, don't wait. No experience necessary, so you are in. Exactly. And here's the great thing about ATCs is it's a gift that we're giving to each other. Truly, it's a gift. And it's something that we create. And it's something that's personable. And it means more than just putting some paint on a card and judging yourself for it. It's sending well wishes to the receivers. And every single card that I do is made with love and with care and concern. And that's what's the most important part of it, right? Everybody has been encouraging. Yeah, we have an amazing group of people. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. We want you in the next one. So, Kat Austin, be sure. Yeah. Brenda, this has been the most encouraging group. Yeah. You messy hands. You're awesome. You really, truly are. Okay. Let's see. I started to talk about the Build a Doodle. It's going to start on Monday, August 5th. And it looks like everybody's pretty excited about doing this. And I have to tell you guys, I'm super excited about it. I'm still working through the details. I have to tell you, I'm not a doodler. So this is pushing my boundaries. I'm learning too. And the biggest thing is that if you just kind of go with the steps, that I promise you, I'm really trying to focus on a progression that makes sense. So the first day you're doing a pattern, and the next day you're doing a line, and the next day you're doing a more elaborate line, and then the next day you're doing a border, and then the next day you're putting it all together. And that's what I'm going to try to do for, the upcoming weeks. I don't know how long this series will go for, but I think getting all of us into the daily practice of doing art is a great thing. And I want to take out the fear of picking up that pen or of picking up that watercolor and actually making an image that is your own. I want you to give yourself permission to stop and to stop from that hassle and you take of the day. Our days are all just so busy. I want you to stop, take 10 minutes for yourself and do the daily. And then on Friday, you'll get the extended project where we put it all together. So if you get that on Friday, then maybe you'll have a little bit of time somewhere between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to do that project. Now, we're still going to stay in kind of our altered book size. And the reason for that is because it's a comfortable size for us, right? It's a comfortable place to be. I'm going to look at comments here because I'm seeing some coming in. Let's see. The ATCs have been amazing. Yes. What is that doll hanging on your wall? That's one of the Patreon projects. That was Hacking the Masters, Gustav Klimt. She's pretty incredible. But yeah, the way that she was done was it was Patreon video, as was the poppies. They were a Patreon project too. So let's see. I love the practicality of this group. It's not too fluffy. ATCs are a lovely way of sharing your love, your art and love to others. Absolutely. I'm not a real fan of super fluff. It's like when I was riding motorcycles, when I was a biker, it's like women would wear the most obnoxious. Okay. I'm sorry if you like the really blingy stuff. That's not Siri. I did not ask for your help.
It's all good.
Siri tells me it's all good. I love how Siri just pops on. Anyways, what was I talking about? The big blingy things. I'm more of a straight shooter, guys. You know that though, right? Okay. It does push me. It absolutely does push me, Brenda. If I'm not learning something, I'm bored. So I want to learn while I'm doing this. And that's part of, right now we're probably just going to stick with the watercolor for like this first 2 or 3 weeks. And then maybe we'll bring in some other mediums too. I'm not really sure on that. We're going to see how it progresses. Let's see. Made 3 signatures and 60 watercolor circles last night. Aren't they fun, Deborah? I think those watercolor circles are a blast. Now, only do the circles in the first signature. If you make them in other ones, that's fine. But we'll probably be making some different shapes later on also. But that just means that you have more sketching that you can do in there. Am embarrassed, but doesn't know what ATCs. ATCs are artist trading cards, and it's a 2.5 by 3.5 inch card that we make different themes and then we trade. If you go over to Messy Hand Band of Artists, we have the instructions, and I do have an ATC playlist so you can check out and see what they are. Altered books are amazing. Thank you so much, Linda. I appreciate it. Will I be able to see? Um, Bryce, I'm not sure what you're asking. That's encouraging for us, Brenda says, to know that you're not afraid to try. I'm not afraid to try. Sometimes it crashes and burns. Not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm just like, what did you do now? Sue says, trading cards, same as baseball card, but with art. Yes. I like Super Fluff. If you like Super Fluff, Teresa, that is very cool. I have nothing against Super Fluff. It's just not my style. And that is the thing that makes art incredible. That there are so many different styles out there. And I encourage you to be as fluffy as you want to be. We are all working towards developing our own styles. And that's what I want to encourage you. Individuality. I want you to really work on finding your voice, right? Not my voice. I don't want you to have my voice. I want you to kind of have the voice in the back of your head that goes, oh, maybe this color would look better than that color. Or, oh, maybe this would look better here than not. Or something like that. But I don't want you to just go, oh, well, Steph did this, I have to do this. That's copying. That's not learning. Anyways, oh, Bryce says, meant to say, had to order the supplies for the challenge. Will I be able to catch up? I think so. I think so. I sat down and did the first week within a couple hours. So yes, you should be able to catch up with it pretty easy. You know, you're just gonna have to sit down and doodle and have some fun. 9x12 watercolor paper, is this going to work? Yes, absolutely, Pat. Just fold it over to be a 9x6. That'll be a little bit larger than what I have, but not enough. It'll be perfect. Do the 9x12. And then when you fold it over, it'll be 9x6. Perfect, easy signatures. And it's cold press. So if it's cold press, that means it has the bumps. So what you want to do is not use like the micron pens with it. You can, but you'll run out of ink quicker, and also it can chew up the felt tip pens. So like the micron are felt tip. The cold press is rough, so it's hard on it. But if you use a gel pen, sometimes you might get a little skippage, but you should be fine with it. We're just practicing right now, so use your cold press. It's fine. Don't use your felt tip pens on it. Okay. And also, like any alcohol-based pens, such as your Coptic pens, the cold press is more absorbent, so it can take that ink up a little faster. Brenda says, haven't made signatures yet, trying to finish. Copper tape is being shipped. Oh, you're going to love your copper tape, Brenda. It's fun stuff. Now, I don't use it all the time, but I really love having it in my drawer right there. It's ready for me whenever I want it. Okay, can iron it and then it'll be hot press. Yes, well, it's worth a shot. Yes, Teresa says, yes, I like the fluff, but not a lot of fluff on my cards, just enough to make them stand out to me. Absolutely, Teresa. And, you know, I just, everybody has their own aesthetic, and I want you to embrace your aesthetic. And I want you to be an individual artist. Okay. Deb says, yes, she used the silver tape today and it worked well. Isn't it fun? Try anything once, right? That'd be fun, Pat. Absolutely. Okay, what else? I have a couple more. Let's see. Build a doodle. Give yourself permission. Any size is going to work with this, guys. The 8 by 5.5, 7 by 5, 8 by 6, the 9 by 6 will work, guys. I'm just trying to keep it in the book size so that it's more of a familiar shape for you. Let's see. Are you have them when you do act? I'm not sure what that means, Karina. I have a 140-pound paper, Pat. It's perfect. It's perfect. And you can work on both sides generally with that if you'd like. The copy paper, if you do a copy paper signature, you're only going to be able to really do one side, I think. My personal thoughts on that. That team in Swedes is called Mission to Do It. Take the time for yourself, right? It's okay. You can find 10 minutes, everybody, for joining it. And then we have the $10 tier, of course, and thank you, everybody, for joining it. You are awesome, every single one of you. Thank you for your support. What you do get with the tiers is you are going to get, well, it looks like I've got a little bit freezing. Dang it. Come on. Oh, dang it. Come on. Come back. Can you guys hear me, or are we completely frozen? You froze for a minute, but now you're back. Okay, because mine still shows that I'm frozen. So, all right. Good. All right. Patreon changes for August. You guys are getting your first, creating your first altered book exclusive. That will be coming out on, I believe it is the 4th. Okay, good. So let's see. I'll show you what we're doing for that project on Patreon. Hope you guys can hear me. This is our Patreon project for creating your first altered book. Now, this will probably take a couple weeks, of course, to get done. But we are going to paint your own element. He was hand painted. And then on this side, oops, come on, booger. Come on, booger. Open. And then on this side, we use an image, a found image. But this one turned out so cool. I combined both the copper and regular aluminum duct tape. Lots of layers. So cool. This piece, I love this piece. Patreon content part 1 will be coming out on Sunday for creating your first altered book. And regular YouTube creating your first altered book is on Wednesdays. Let's see. How many pages for the signatures? Let's see. Pat, I have 5 pages per signature, so it has a total of 10, 10 folded sides. If you just put the rubber band in, though, instead of actually sewing the signature, which I would suggest for now, if you do that, then you can add or remove pages. I do want to say real quick, guys, with Patreon, between the $10 and the $25 tier, you get all the exact same content. You will get all the same images. You get all the same videos. The Patreons, the $25 tier will get a 30-minute one-on-one art chat with me. And also, Patreons for the $25 tier, you will get a t-shirt from me with the second month payment. Plus, you get your piece of art. Plus, you get your weekly or your monthly pieces of art, which is a larger piece. So that is cool stuff over on Patreon. I really do hope you join me over there. If you can afford to. If you can't, I do understand. Oh, let's see. Oh, goodbye, Cat. I hope you have a great day. Let's see. Um, bye, Cat. Bye, Cat. Bye, Cat. Okay, that sounds good. Oh, hi, Cindy. How are you? I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you were able to join us. Okay. Let's see. Yes. Creating your first altered book for Patreon begins on Sunday the 4th. Starting Monday the 5th is when we're going to do the build a doodle. So that'll go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday we are going to build on our doodles. Cool stuff. Guys, this is what I came up with for my Friday build a doodle. So it's just lines and patterns. And this is what we're going to try to push you guys to start to create for yourself. Now, can you see putting this on a card or making a card out of it? Can you see this as a page in your altered book? There's so many different things that you can do with something like this. You can cut it up into little pieces. I mean, look at taking that little section, making tags out of it. So this is what our build a doodle concept is about, building on lines and patterns this week to make a piece of art. Yay! I love it when a plan comes together. Let's see. Okay, let's chat real quick about dun 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 masterclass. Do you want to see? Do you want to see what's happening on masterclass? Fred and Gertie's tree got painted. You can't really see a great picture of it here. So this is Saturday's YouTube. You know what, guys? The paint absorbed into the paper clay, so it really kind of dulled down the colors. Um, that's crazy. Oh God! Hopefully it didn't do it that badly over here. No, this one's going well. So here is our Patreon project for Masterclass. And of course, there is our spider web. Can't really see it very well. But tree got painted, and then we're starting also to paint into this. I'm starting to bring in some reeds, and we're having a great time with this project. I love this. I'm just so happy with what I'm making. It honestly it amazes me a little bit. Um, it's fun stuff. Fun stuff. Okay, well that's I think all that I have to share. Um, what do you guys have to ask me about? Needs to be sealed for painting unless you wanted the faded look. Cindy, thank you for that. I wish I would have known that before I did it. So I'm going to go back through and give it a coat of varnish. And once I get that, I won't have to repaint the whole thing, but I have to admit I'm glad that I haven't started to paint the background on Fred and Gertie's house yet. But that's what art is about. We learn, we trial, it's experimenting, it's learning from our mistakes. And here's another classic moment where you guys learn from my mistakes so you don't do it. Um, it's it makes perfect sense that wouldn't have needed to be sealed. I just didn't think about it because I just wanted to paint the tree. But I understand that, and now you guys all know that, and everybody who watches the YouTube video will know it. So we're good with that. All right, who else has any questions? Anything you want to know about? Anything you want to talk about? Give them to me. Anybody? Anybody? Anything important, interesting, wild to say? How's your weather? Bueller? Bueller. Oh no. No, no, no. I didn't get a manicure. I just painted my fingernails, and then I went and put another color over the top of this color, and now I'm picking that color away too because it's even worse nail polish. Oh, no. You saw it up close, but you shouldn't have. I did buy some nail polish remover today, so I'll be taking that off. Um, Brenda says that she's behind with the Patreon project. So one thing I want to let you guys know is that why is the message retracted? That's so strange. So Brenda, just choose projects that you feel close to. Um, you know, I put out a lot of different content, and I think it'd be hard. I have a really hard time keeping up with all of the different projects that I'm doing. I don't expect you to. What I do expect is that I'll be inspiration for you, and maybe that you can take one project from one book, and you can take another project from another book, and each week you have 4 different activities that you could choose to put in your book. And that's kind of more of what I'm going for. I'm just trying to show you, well, let me put it to you this way. What I'm trying to do is give you some beginning ideas and some more advanced ideas. And then I'm providing that to YouTube. And then I'm also providing another project for both of them to Patreon. So I don't expect you to do all of that stuff. I hope that you choose 1 or 2 pages and work through it at your own speed, and then go through and do another page or another page. Um, yeah, I know, right, Cindy? um, Deborah, yes, we do a theme for our ATC. Oh, you did that. Okay, good, Brenda. I was hoping that somehow you weren't getting uh, taken off for some reason. So, Cat says, I get behind often. No, stop that, you guys. I want you to quit thinking in that manner. That's not allowed. If you get frustrated with yourself because you can't keep up with the work, then I need to quit giving you as many videos, because that is not my intention. You need to do what works for your schedule. You need to do what works best for you. Okay? And that means picking this project here or picking that project there. I'm just giving you all sorts of ideas. You could even do pages off of the 30 times 3 board. You don't have, I'm trying to entertain you also. It's like Bob Ross would do tons of paintings, and he didn't expect you to do every single painting all the time. He just did one a week. I'm doing, well, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm doing 9 projects a week. Guys, I don't expect any of you to keep up with me. It's nuts. Oh, yeah, Cindy says, no way in heck that she could do all the content. I'm here for learning and for some doing. Exactly. Exactly. And that's what I'm hoping that you will do. Nobody could keep up with my schedule. I didn't even have this hard of art schedule in art class, in art school. So I wouldn't expect anybody to try to keep up with it. Oh, good. Glad to hear your thoughts. I'm such a linear thought person. Um, yes. Yeah, I understand, Brenda. Just try to pick one project and then look at the other videos, honestly, as entertainment. And for educational, as you're watching it, you're absorbing all of that information. And that could mean that the page that you were doing based off of one thing could turn around and be influenced by another, and look at that, you've got your own art. That's very cool. That's what I want for you. Kat says, no worries. I do try to keep up. I work all over the place and sometimes not at all. Exactly. Wasn't sure how much one built on the other. So I understand that for sure. So, Brenda, I think the only ones that really build on each other are the creating your first altered book, and that would be like the first 5 videos, which are really the introduction videos to altered book, which would be, what does gesso do? How do I choose a book? What is ephemera? Why do we use it? Those things are just kind of the basics. And every other video after that, I did set it up in a way that made sense, such as, okay, so first we're going to do this as a simple thing, we're going to do this as the next simple thing, and then this and this and this. But you do not have to do them in order. You do the ones that feels comfortable to you. I would watch the videos and then find one that you like. Do a simple. I liked the sunflower painting because I really think that pushed you to pick up that paintbrush for the first time. But do it. You don't have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at all, at all. Okay. Austin, have I ever done a studio tour? Well, there's the studio. Here's my desk with my 2 screens. My kitchen's right there and the bedroom's right there. This is my studio. It's packed. It's jam packed. I just try to have a lot of drawers. I try to get organized. I've got actually different things for organizing up there. I hate the way it looks. It drives me crazy. I don't have time to organize it. I don't have time to put away my clothes. So a lot of days I wake up at 5:30 in the morning and I start to work. I sit here, have breakfast at my desk and edit videos, and then I love my art days where I can actually go and make art. But I'm really trying to educate myself on all the business aspects of it too. So I'm tired. I don't have time for organizing, much less cooking, cleaning, all that stuff. Um, Brenda says she appreciates that information. Yes. Oh, Tony says that she's learning so much. Thank you. Thank you for being here, Tony, and thank you for your comment. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate hearing that you guys are learning from what I'm doing, and that makes me feel really good. That's why I'm here, and you letting me know that is huge. Oh my goodness, Brenda says that she teaches math to 7th graders. Oh, God, that would be tough. Oh, God. I feel for you, girl. Yes. Haha Studio Tour was great. There's my inks. There's my stamps. There's my my sprays. Where's my sprays? They're over here. And there's some ephemera in there, and my tape in there. My TV that I can't see while I'm working because I had to rearrange things. It's crazy. It's small space. Anyways. I started a book, removed pages, glued sets together, applied some transparencies to a page spread, but haven't started anything yet. Learned a lot. Perfect. Perfect. That's a great start. Now, Deborah, I want you to just do it. Don't be afraid. Just do it. And here's the thing. There's no wrong answers. And what's the worst that can happen? And this was actually a conversation Kat and I had a couple of weeks ago. And that was the way that it was explained to her, because she was talking to somebody years and years ago, saying, I can't do it. I'm afraid to do it. I don't know what I'm doing. And the person said to her, and I'm just paraphrasing this, but they said to her, what's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? And I think Kat's response was something along the line of, well, it'll be bad. And she says, so what's the worst that will happen? Then I'll feel like I failed. What's the worst that can happen? Well, I'll have to throw it away. What's the worst that can happen? I'll have to start a new one, right? It's okay in art and in anything in life to make mistakes. Don't expect that because it's art that it's easy. Don't expect that it's just going to be something that you can do immediately. You have to practice art, just like you have to practice anything else that you want to be good at, right? I just went through like 5 different examples of things you have to practice at, and some of them are probably not appropriate, but you have to practice to be good at anything that you want to do. And you have to give yourself permission to try. And you have to give yourself permission to fail, because sometimes you'll fail. Oh, hush. Robocall. So, not everything is going to be a masterpiece, but you know what? If you don't try, you will never, ever make a masterpiece. You will never know whether you can do it or not, right? You don't try, you don't push yourself, you don't push past that fear. What's the worst that can happen? You don't make art. And that is truly the worst that can happen to any of us. Cindy says, growing and running your own business is hard, but so rewarding. Hope we can all keep you in this business. Not all artists can teach anywhere near as good as you. Thank you, Cindy. Cindy. Ugh. Yeah, I hope so too. And I appreciate that, Cindy. I really do take in everybody's thoughts. I take in all of your information, and then I'm always thinking of you when I'm trying to put together a new series or a new, what's going to be interesting, what's going to be fun, what's going to be happy, all of those great things. Brenda says, yes, that's exactly what she teaches your students. You have to practice math. Hi, Sarah. How are you doing? You do have to practice math. I was never able to visualize math, and so I was never good at it, and I still have a very hard time with it unless I can visualize something. So grade school and school was horrible for me because they were still in that very linear, concrete, sequential, ABC, XYZ, back in the 70s, 80s. They didn't teach by giving us objects. If I could have learned pictorial, which is my learning style, I would have done so much better. And until I figured out how to teach myself how to learn, which I finally figured out in college, once I figured that out, then I started getting A's and was on the president's list, graduated cum laude, But in grade school, I had C's, D's. I was a horrible student, but I couldn't understand what they were teaching me. Anyways, we all learn from mistakes, yes. Thanks for the answer, and I don't have to show anyone. You don't have to show anyone, but I don't want you to be embarrassed either. I don't want you to be embarrassed about your work. In fact, I want you to say to me, next time that you do a piece of artwork, I want you to tag it to me. I want you to say, Steffi, see this. And I'm going to say to you, good job. Amazing job. Keep going. Do it more. And it will never be a criticism, and it will only be encouragement, and I'm going to push you to do the best that you can do. And I do hope that you show us, because we are all beginners at some point, right? Every one of us had a starting point. There's no judgments here. All right. That's because you didn't have me as a teacher. I do think that that's very true, Brenda. Good teachers make all the difference in our world. And unfortunately, when I was in grade school and in junior high, I had some really bad teachers. So you're in past corporate. So in my corporate life, yes, actually, that's the interesting thing. So I didn't have to do a ton of math, such as okay. So here's what I learned, Kathy, and this is being an extremely visual person. and not understanding how to learn the way that they taught me how to learn, right? So I lived my early years like that. And so then once I got into college, I figured out how to teach myself the things that I needed to do. So that included learning computer programs. That included learning how to become very organized. That included what I had to do was transform myself from being, I don't even know if they use these words anymore, abstract random, which is kind of scattered all over the place, very artistic, very abstract. You have an abstract random thought process, and I actually put myself into more of a concrete sequential learning process. I just had to figure out how to make it understandable for me. So what that actually did, now in artwork, I've always been very precise. I'm a very when I was doing my huge canvases, I would do it with a 1/4 inch brush. Um, that's why drawing is one of my best mediums with a pencil, because I had really nice tight control. Well, you can't be a really tight controlled like that and then be a very random person. You have to really focus on things and you have to really think about it. So what I did was I started to really mold those two aspects. And in my artwork, I'm type A, and in my office work, I'm type A. I had my life organized, um, so abstract artwork has always been very difficult for me because it just doesn't make much sense. I like to have things in a certain way. Um, so I actually did fit into corporate life quite easily. Um, let's see here. Um, sorry to hear that. Makes me sad. I think that was about the teachers. So frustrating. Computers were a godsend. Absolutely. Cindy says computers were a godsend. So for me, spell check was one of the most amazing things that I ever encountered. It was the only thing that allowed me to really truly go into corporate life. If I had to depend on my um, spelling, um, there's I ask Siri probably 20 times a day how to spell something, um, and I have to use it in a sentence, or they don't understand what I'm saying. And that's that dyslexia. That's that. And I didn't have a massive dyslexia, but the way that I see words isn't the way that they're spelled. So whatever that is, you know, it's some sort of, it is definitely a learning disability, and been able to come to terms with that. I do have my securities license. I do have my insurance license. I still have those active licenses, and those were hard to get. Those were major, massive tests, as Series 63. So I could go work for Merrill Lynch. I worked for Northwestern Mutual, which is one of the top investment firms. Northwestern Mutual works with American Funds. American Funds is the same as T. Rowe Price. Essentially, they're the same type of. Also, was an office manager prior to that for two different companies. Kept the books for those. Now, I didn't do all of the accounting things. I looked at getting into an accounting degree, but that would have just killed my soul. And I'm not good enough at math to do that. So, um, Brenda, I think it does. Brenda says that she too struggled as a math teacher. I think that's what helps me be a better math teacher. I 100% agree with that. If you can't relate to the people that are having a hard time learning, if you can't relate to that person, how can you be a good instructor? I just don't think it goes hand in hand, personally. Okay, guys, so we're right at an hour. Does anybody have anything else to say here? If you don't, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. And Mr. OZ is crashed, but we're going to go down to the RIVER in just a second as soon as this is over. So Um, anything else to say? Any other questions? We talked about a lot of stuff today. All sorts of good stuff. You're getting to know me. I'm really looking forward to our chats with my Patreons with the $25 tier. And if you guys haven't written back to me on like a timing schedule for when we can schedule our chats, I need you to do that as soon as possible. And I do also need you to give me your t-shirt size. Cindy, we're going to talk on Monday, so we'll work on all of that. So Deborah says, have a good day and thanks for your encouragement. You are welcome, Deborah. We're at the right place, girlfriend. We're gonna get you feeling more confident every single day. I know you have the love and the desire already. We're gonna work on your confidence a bit. We're gonna get you there. Diane, you are welcome. Karina, thank you. Have fun at River. Yes, we will. Thanks for the chat. Have a great day. We'll see you, Kathy. All right, everybody. I hope you have a great afternoon. Stay safe. Give your loved ones a hug. Oh, Brenda, you are too. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Well, that's all from me. Hanging out at the river. Have a great day, everybody. We'll chat soon. Bye.